Right. I am. Jesus. This is a long one. Super dense. I think I kind of lost. There's once or twice in there. I just lost track because it's just giant, unending tracks of what's a fictional uh, guy from India reporting back to his superiors about how the whites are basically all rotted out and ruled by barren women and the low-born 600 of the of English Parliament, and this is all to our advantage. This is one view of the question from many of inventions by Kipling, and yeah, yeah, you do get the sense that this is Kipling's mouthpiece of like, look, our enemy. This is what our enemy thinks of us. This is somebody who's rubbing his hands, going, ah ha ha. The English, they're getting weak. They're allowing women to rule them. They're caring about stuff. They're arguing about stuff versus just brutally doing stuff, and warning in the thing of like, okay, but we can't provoke them because war. If this people be purged and bled out by battle, their sickness may go and their eyes be cleared to the necessity of things. That kind of the Kipling masculine. If they become manly men who are brutal warriors, they'll be great again. This is the kind of the idea of like British Empire should be Romans in the kind of a political sense of brutal killing machines who don't listen to lowborn, don't listen to women, aren't bleeding heart liberals. This is very much you can see this is like Kipling. I get the impression of a Kipling who is like would be not out of place in kind of a manosphere, manly men, traditional values, screw woke culture. God, what you would think of, any idea of masculinity that wasn't just, battle hardened warriors. That's it. Yeah. I, why is Kipling not more popular today? Because there's so many fucking right-wing assholes out there who just love this, which should be eating up this shit. Except, he's also very openly racist as well. I guess that makes it a little bit toxic, but we'll wait a while and then I'm sure that will be fine. But wow. I mean, this is really good in the sense that this is all it should be, like perfect gold, because it's like, oh, okay, you get a sense of this is a right-wing person at this era. We have right-wing people right now who couch things a little bit more softly. Whereas Kipling is really taking the example of saying, oh, this is an enemy who's saying this. And, there's a part here where it's like Shazir says like he's at meat. He's having dinner. He's always having dinners, and he has dinner with what someone sounds like it's like kind of a suffragette. And, she lectures him on, which, to be honest, he lectures him on women in his society. And he's, basically asks, have you ever held a child between your breasts? Or you've done anything. It's like, and she's like, oh, I will not be ruled by babies or something like that. And he says, oh, well, then you're in greater bondage than you could possibly think, because if you were a trad wife who had the raising of a child from 0 to 12, you would have great power, and you have great power over your husband from dawn to dusk. But of course, at night, then the husband takes over. That kind of thing. It's like you're really getting a sense of the arch conservatism of that Kipling is wanting to express. You could argue that, oh no, this is a fictional character. This isn't Kipling, but it's like it's Kipling saying the messiness, the corruption of English society, the questioning of gender roles, women wanting more rights, lower born people wanting rights as well. I mean, very much a lot of stressing here of the 600 in Parliament are low born, even though even at that point, the people running it were usually Lord this and Lord that. but maybe they would be considered class traitors to someone like Kipling, giving into the masses, giving the masses what they're saying, like, hey, we'd like, better worker rights. Because there's a part in here where it's like there's obviously some kind of a strike happening, and Shazir has to send the goods that they want by out of a different port because they're having a labor disruption. And it's like, well, why is there labor disruption? This should be crushed. You're fucking up your economy this way. It's like, yeah, but the people who are actually working there maybe would like better conditions and better pay and all that stuff, which is not, of course, how someone like Kipling would put it. And yeah, there's corruption and the fuckery on anything human is going to have a certain amount of that, but he wants like a strong ruling class. It's like, thank goodness the British don't have a strong ruling class that just kind of do everything by fiat and make men men and women women and all this sort of kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, this is Kipling. All right, I'm going to leave it there. More videos later.